Yo, let's get it. It's your boy Trevor David Jones back up at it with The Mandalorian. Season 3, Episode 1, The Apostate. I'm not sure they could have brought the series back in any more powerful, any more lovely of a manner. A great episode. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's jump right in with the positives. So it starts off with the armor building this helmet. Just gorgeous. It set the mood for the episode, brought us into the Mandalorian ethos, and just got us ready to get back into the Mandalorian lifestyle. So it turns out she's making the helmet for a youngling, shout out Jedi, who's getting clicked into the Mandalorian religion. So during the ceremony where he's being inducted, a giant alligator beast pops out of the water to bust up the ceremony. And for all intents and purposes was gonna destroy them because they were trying to fight it, couldn't do anything. My first thought was, among everything else, they're in trouble. How did they not know about this? The Mandalorians know everything about the environment, about maps, anything that's going on. And they didn't know that this water was home to this giant ravenous beast. We're gonna let that go. So they're out here getting flossed by this beast when out of nowhere, we hear the music and in comes the N1 starfighter, Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, to save the day. And they put in a lot of work, but with one shot from his blaster from the spaceship, he destroys the beast instantaneously. And the situation's resolved. And among the many reasons I like this show a lot, this is a big one because Jon Favreau and them, they've learned from their Marvel experience the superhero ethos. In addition to being a bounty hunter, he doesn't do too many bounties anymore, and he just helps people now. And a Mandalorian, just a capable fighter. He's like a superhero. If Din Djarin shows up, he's gonna save the day. And there's gonna be some gusto, some flair to it. So he pulled out his superhero swag once again. Totally loved it, and it's a powerful element of the show. So this is where the crux of the episode and really the season starts, because he wasn't there to destroy the alligator. He did, but he's there to speak to the armorer, and this is where he gets his mission. So as she mentions, he's apostate. He's an apostate. That's someone who's given up their political or religious creed or affiliation. So he's out the Mandalorian game because he took his helmet off. And in addition to that, under his own will, he wasn't forced to. So she's you can bathe in the waters of Mandalore, the living waters of Mandalore, to get back in the game. But the issue is the planet is supposedly poisoned. You can't really go there. He's like, well, what if I go there and do it? She's like, well, this is the way. This is the way. That sets the crux of the season. So he's going to Mandalore to bathe in the waters and get back in the game. So as they take off into space, into hyperspace, this is one of the dopest moments of the episode. Din Djarin's knocked out, but Grogu's awake in the back and sees these space squids, these hyperspace beings, floating in hyperspace beside them. And remember, I watch these shows at 5 in the morning. In addition to reviewing them, to doing this, I watch them for myself. I love these. I love these shows. I love imaginist culture. So I'm getting hyped for me. What is this? And that's why I like this show a lot. Because in addition to the action, the cinematography, everything that makes it what it is, they're actually expanding on the lore of the whole Star Wars universe. How long has Star Wars been around? A hot minute. When have we ever seen some hyperspace squids, some hyperspace beings? Never. There's something else out there. Think they're living in hyperspace? That's insane. This show is dope. They bring stuff like that in. I'm sure they're going to have a callback to that at some point during the season, if not the series. But just the fact that occurred, that was there, complete surprise. Hyperspace is, they go somewhere, they're in hyperspace, and there's something else. Amazing. So yeah, we got some hyperspace squids hanging out in there. Totally dope. So they get out of hyperspace, and now Din Djarin, they've arrived at Navarro with Grief Karga in them, back to season 1 days. And it was just good. It's playing the greatest hits from the series itself. So we see IG-11 in bronze format just cast up as a statue after he gave up his life in the lava river. But he's a hero now, rightfully so. I thought that was cool, man. I didn't expect to see that. Could have been anything, but it's a statue of IG-11. That was just dope. So turns out in Din Djarin's case, it's not just for looks. He needs IG-11. He's like, yo, take the statue down. I've got a mission to complete on Mandalore. That's the droid I need. Grief Karga's like, it's a statue, man. He's like, are those the parts? Bring them down. Just dope. Just the idea of doing that, the statue's not just for decoration. You can actually take it down a robot. Just sick. That whole idea was sick. So it begins this resurrection process of bringing IG-11 back. Doesn't necessarily work. He defaults to his old programming, destroy. In this case, he's going for Grogu. They have to shut him down. So Din Djarin's still on the case, though. He's like, I need this droid. So they go to see, and this is one of the dopest parts of the episode for sure, the Azellans, a.k.a. the race of Babu Frik. Man. Tying in the elements from the whole series. Something you maybe thought you'd never see again. Something from episode 9. Interesting film. We'll just say that. An interesting film. They brought in Babu Frik, one of the best parts of that film. Or Babu Frik's race. That was just tight, man. Like just to bring in something that it's not a one-off. They really work with droids. They can do it. And they put it into this episode, into the series. Amazing. Like that was dope to see that in there. That was really cool. So they bring in what's, probably the line of the episode, bad baby, when Grogu goes to, snatch up the Azellan. And Grogu, we all love Grogu. Grogu's the man. Grogu's the baby. We love Grogu. But Grogu is kind of bad. He eating stuff. Yeah, man. Grogu, he's got the skills, the Jedi potential, obviously, but Grogu's a little off kilter sometimes. So definitely funny. Yeah, man, bad baby. Turn up. So, turns out the Azellans can't do it. They're like, yo, if you can get a memory chip, we can rebuild them, but they're super rare. It really doesn't exist anymore. It's up to you. If you can do it, though, yeah, we can fix them, but we can't get access to that part. Din Djarin's like, all right. So he takes off into space, and the pirates that Greef Karga classed up earlier in the episode, they want their revenge. So, in my opinion, Bad Baby is, going to be the most famous line from the episode. But my personal favorite line from the episode, they're talking to him over his intercom, and Din Djarin says, yo, tell Gorian Shard he should stick to hijacking and ransoming. Drip. You don't want none of this. You take, scuff off some cars or whatever y'all do. A space battle, a dogfight? You need to fall back. Like, you don't want none of this. That was the line of the episode to me. Like, y'all need to stand back. And surely enough, Din Djarin classes them in epic style. He's using like tactics, hiding behind asteroids, all sorts of stuff. They literally can't handle him. He's like, yo, stick to, lottery games or whatever y'all do. A space, gun battle? Stand back. So yeah, man, he classes them up. And they zoom into Gorian Shard's ship. And shout out to that because that was another great part of the episode. The practical effects on Gorian Shard himself. Man, just dope. That's the stuff that separates one thing from another. Like, just the effort and the the attention to detail on something like that. Because they could have easily done, CGI. It's an alien, like a space being, but they didn't. And it had like real strong like Swamp Thing type vibes, the green, the brush, the shrubbery hanging off the beard. But that practical effects, suit on Gorian Shard, shout out to that, man. Like, anyone who knows about cinema, you know how long it took just to make that costume. Just that costume, which is one part, like a cameo in the episode. And it was just dope. Like, they could have settled computer work. Nothing wrong with computer work, but it doesn't have that feeling of practical effects. And that suit on Gorian Shard, sick. Shout out to that. So, saying don't trust a pirate, Din Djarin takes off and they escape, the threat. I'm sure he would have classed them up too, of Gorian Shard, and off to a Kavala to go visit one Bo-Katan. So, this is definitely one of the best parts of the episode. My favorite is the line, Gorian Shard should stick to hijacking and ransoming. But this is one of the best parts. They pull up on Bo-Katan in the castle. And I don't know who stage directed her. Maybe she directed herself. But she's like linked up in her chair with the leg. Like, if you want to just give forth the element of chilling, of I'm just out here, that was it. She could have been sitting any kind of way. But the leg over the arm, yeah, man, that was one of the best parts of the episode. So they talk to Bo-Katan and she reveals she doesn't really want to have anything to do with Mandalore. She didn't have the Darksaber, so her plans fell apart. So she's just in the house solo in her castle, posted, basically. So Din Djarin does his best Thanos impression. I'll do it myself. And he's like, I'm going to just go to Mandalore and handle up. And that pretty much brings the episode to a close. I love this show. They did the credits with the artwork. This is the only show currently on where I watched the entire credits, you know. It's just for those still frames at the end, bro, that is real artwork. Like they had one drawing of the N1, just everything. Just those ending credits, the artwork, those paintings, worth it just for that alone. So shout out for that. Room for improvement. Nothing, man. I'm not going soft. Y'all know. Y'all saw my Ant-Man review. If something needs a call out for room for improvement, I'll call it out. Just nothing. The pacing was all there. The practical effects, the cinematography, the acting. Come on, man. This is a Marvel, Disney, Star Wars property. It's all in there. There's no particular element that I could say, you know, should have been improved upon or changed. Room for improvement? I got nothing. I'm not going soft. Y'all know I'm gonna say it if it needs to be said. It was all there. The rating, the almighty rating, a 5 out of 5. To bring the series back with a 5 out of 5, that's how you know they know what's up. But it deserves it. Not only was, you know, nothing, I can't call it any particular room for improvements, it was all there. It's a superlative show. The battle between the Mandalorians and the alligator, you know, I could have gone deeper into that, but like the camera angles they were using, they had one where like one was flying, one of the Mandalorians was flying off, and they had like the camera down to the helmet. The show is advanced. That's a word I don't use too often, but sometimes it's applicable. My Hero Academia. But yeah, it's past other things that are on the air. This is The Mandalorian. In fact, The Mandalorian is the best thing on Disney Plus next to WandaVision. You heard it here first. WandaVision will be number one because it brought in like a spiritual element to the whole storytelling process, a psychic element. 80% of the show takes place in Wanda's mind. Like, what other show is doing stuff like that? So yeah, WandaVision has a different dimension that just makes it ahead of really any other show I think I've ever seen. But aside from WandaVision, on all of Disney Plus, including movies and everything, well, Wakanda Forever, the best thing you can watch on Disney Plus next to WandaVision is The Mandalorian. It's just that good. It's an advanced show. So yeah, they brought it in, brought the season back, didn't miss a step, super dope. Watch this show. And that's it. That's it. Another edition of Trevor David Jones. We did it. So check out my video on the N1. We built this last week. This is the model starship. This is Din Djarin's refurbished Naboo starfighter that he now uses to class people across the galaxy. I got a Lego build on this and review. Great set. Check that out. My previous episode of My Hero Academia, I brought that show up because I love it and you should watch it like immediately. Super dope. My Hero Academia is the best thing currently airing, period. It's just that good. Check out my most recent review on that. TDJ Recommendations, Google Fi. It's the best cell phone service. I'm not sponsored. It's just really that good. You need to get on this. Has True Unlimited, True International if you go overseas. Yeah, it's just a great service. Check that out. And Dislike, a mobile game. A cell phone game gets a shout out. Oh yeah, not even a shout out, a recommendation. Check it out, man. You'll definitely enjoy it. Great graphics, progression system. Y'all know what it's about. But you should go download it because it's a lot of fun. And on that note, man, y'all know what I always say. Always want to be this way in life. Never this way. Always this way. Stay up. I'm going to see y'all in the next one, which will be soon, because I'm back in the reaction game as well. So I'm going to see y'all soon. We out here. Keep doing it big. Until next time, peace.